Can you grow wild plantain from seed? Well, I tried, and I'm going to share with you my results, so stay tuned. So much like this carrot right here that I'm allowing to go to seed, God's plan is decent and orderly, and if we'll just watch and observe His creative nature, it will teach us how to do things the right way. So what I did was I did allow this large plantain to go to seed. One of the identifying factors of plantain is that it will send up a tall stalk with a cone on top of it. That's your seed head. And I noticed that this one was very vigorous, very healthy, and it was putting quite a few of those stems on there with the seed heads on them. So I was like telling everybody in the family, don't touch that plant, don't mow it, don't weed eat it, leave it alone. And I just observed it. I watched it through the summer and into the early fall, and a couple of things that I observed was that as it put on the seed head actually produced very tiny little flowers, and I observed the bees pollinating those little bitty tiny flowers. They were gathering pollen off of those. And as the summer and the fall began to advance, I also noticed that the seed heads seemed to get bigger, but they also began to go from green to brown, and they were drying very well. So when the first one that I observed got to a good tan, dark tan color, and it felt dry in my hands, I cut it and I just took and rolled it between my fingers, and what I discovered was that those seeds were beautiful, tiny, they were dry, and they were covered in a husk. And that husk is called psyllium. You may recognize psyllium under its brand name, and that would be Metamucil. It's a fiber additive, a fiber supplement to your diet. And so there was lots and lots of the psyllium as well as the seeds. And as each stage, the different seed heads were maturing at different stages, and I just continued to cut them and continue to cut them. And there was so many on this one plant. It was just a huge blessing. So those are the seeds that I planted this year. So let's see if they were successful. Was it a success? Absolutely. Look at this beautiful, full, healthy, lush bed of wild plantain that I grew from seeds that I saved the second time, not the first time, just by observing the plant and allowing God to speak to my heart and show me how to save those seeds and to grow it. So you can see here that I'm going to have more than enough to dehydrate, to put up for my teas, to make my infused oils for my salves, and even through the summer we'll be able to cut and put these on salads. I'll even dehydrate some to make a mineral and vitamin rich superfood to put in soups and smoothies and stuff. While I'm talking about that, plantain is very high in vitamin A, C, and K, and it's also a substantial source of calcium and iron. So you can see how it is just a win-win for me. We'll have plenty right here to put up, and also wild plantain, something to keep in the back of your mind in a disaster situation or an off-grid complete disaster situation. If you can forage plantain, you can eat it and you can survive. You can eat it raw, and it will sustain you very well. It's one of those wild foods that's safe to eat, so that's something you might want to just keep in the back of your mind. But I am tickled to death with this bed, and you can see how thick it is, so I actually do need to come in here and thin it out, and I'll do that, and I'll allow some of the other plants to get bigger and continue to cut. Now, I will cut, but I'm actually going to have to pull it up by the roots to thin it out, because cutting it won't get rid of it. It's like my comfrey, it'll just grow more and more. So, and you can see that in your yard. If you mow, usually it comes right back. So I am so happy with this. This is one of the successes in our garden this year with the struggles that we've had. But I can't take the credit. It was the good Lord that led me down the path to show me how to do this. So I think I'm going to meet you back over on the porch, and we'll talk a little bit about the things that I did wrong the first time and things you should avoid. And also one very important tip about where not to plant plantain. Well, you can see that it was successful, but I can't take credit for it. I just allowed my heart to follow God's created nature and let it show me how to save the seed and sow them and grow them. Now I wanted to share with you a few things that I think went wrong with the first time that I tried to save seed. And one of the primary things that I feel was I had gathered those seeds from another location, and possibly they were not pollinated. That's a very high probability that they had not been pollinated, even though they looked dry and ready to plant. And also, I probably harvested some immature. They weren't mature enough, and even though I allowed them to dry, when I cut them, they quit the process of growing and they just weren't mature. So that's the two most likely would be not pollinated and not mature enough. Now, I also wanted to share with you a point. If you do grow and choose a place to plant your plantain and to grow it, do not plant it anywhere near tomatoes, because a plantain can harbor a tiny, tiny bug called a thrip, and that thrip carries viruses that are detrimental to tomatoes. So you want to plant them far away from tomatoes. And also, plantain is not picky about the soil. It will grow just about anywhere, and that's one of the factors that it's known for in the wild, is that it will grow anywhere. Sometimes if you just disturb the soil, it's going to come up and grow. So it's not picky about that. It's a very hardy plant. It's pretty drought resistant. It's just, if you get it growing, you're most likely going to be successful. It doesn't have much problem with bugs. A little bit, I've seen a few bug bites on them, but not anything that they didn't recover from, and by no means not a problem with them. So if you don't have a source for seeds right now, a couple of places that I'll recommend, one of them is Baker Creek Seed. And also, and I will leave a link to them below, and also Mountain Rose Herbs has seeds, and they're my go-to herb source. If I run out of plantain, normally that's who I would purchase it from, but there had been times that even they were out, so that was why it was a priority to me to try to grow it myself. But Mountain Rose Herbs is my herb and essential oil go-to source. I trust them completely. And I will leave a link below to them as well if you want to check out what they've got and check into their dried plantain and their plantain seeds. So, well, I had a ball doing this video, and I was so excited to share this with you and show you the success that I had, and I wanted to encourage you to try that as well. And I also want to remind you of something. Don't ever forget that your Heavenly Father loves you. And we'll see you on the next video. God bless.